What's up, everybody? People, humans, non-humans. New setup here, starting to look better and better every week. I guess what I'm going to talk about tonight is what does it mean to be canceled? How do you get canceled? What is canceling? Well, I think it's inevitable that we're all going to be canceled, but it just means on what canceling is. Like, you can say you think you know what canceling is, but what's canceling? Canceling is basically not being able to work, I guess, right? That's really not the case, actually. What is it like to be canceled? I'm doing this because I posted a clip tonight of me in a scene from a movie called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And it was a scene with Chris Rock, and obviously I was posting it in humor. And I was posting it to basically the post said, people are saying, why didn't Chris fight back? And I said, he's a gentleman. But look, I got him coffee before. He can go hard when he wants. And then the scene plays. And it's him hitting the coffee out of my hand, saying, hey, boogers in this and all this stuff. It's, people love that scene, right? It's a little cameo I did in a cool movie. And, with one of the goats. And Instagram said they took it down because they said it violates their code of conduct. Do you want me to read it to you? This goes against our community guidelines on hate speech or symbols. There's no symbols. There's no hate speech. Our guidelines encourage people to express themselves in a way that's respectful to everyone. The only thing I can think is Chris dropped a couple of N-bombs. But that was it. And his character called me a cracker, which that's not a bad word. I love crackers. Ritz, saltines, goldfish, although they're supposed to be very bad for you. So I don't know. Maybe the algorithm picked up N-word or something, but they took it down. I got another strike. For posting a scene in a movie, which I did, which was sanctioned by the Motion Picture AA, that was released as, I think, PG-13, with other big stars in it that you can get on any streaming platform. Whoever bought that was released by Miramax, well, I guess they're canceled, so maybe, I don't know. But it's got to be streaming somewhere. So then you say, well, that's not cancellation, but that is. I get a couple more strikes. I'm going to be kicked off Instagram for posting clips from movies. That's where we're headed. And I look at Twitter, and I think Twitter is just so left-leaning. Meaning, like, if you say anything remotely that could be a dig at somebody, they're just going to call it hate speech. Like, there's no jokes, nuance, any of that on Twitter anymore. And Twitter is Mark Ruffalo is great and Scott Baio is bad. So whatever that means. Which is insane. Mark Ruffalo is awesome. And so is Scott Baio. Who cares what their political beliefs are? Like, I hate that. It's like they're just both actors, okay? Maybe one's a little bit more popular at the moment. It doesn't mean the other one's not a legend. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, Twitter is very demeaning, and people out there, they're basically like a lot of tortoiseshell heads, and they type, and they think they're not people that would do half of this. None of this would be happening in like a... I'd like to wait. I always say, would you say that to me at Trader Joe's and the lines were checking out? Because that's right there, face to face. So then they know. So they're ridiculed. So people feel it. They feel bad. And maybe they'll have some consequences for their actions. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that is a low-key cancellation. Whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump. That dude can't get on a platform. And he was the president of the fucking United States. That's insane to me. Like, that's insane. A president is banned? That's crazy, right? So I guess it's coming up too, because I guess Louis C.K. won a Grammy tonight. I heard his album's incredible, and people are saying he shouldn't have a chance to win, but they're saying cancel culture doesn't exist, but the dude already lost so much, right? Like, he lost so much. So he's climbing back. So, do you want people to, like, be in the dirt forever? Like, now Will Smith is, like, losing stuff. He's going to go through his cycle. It's terrible. Do I think he should lose movies for a slap? No way. I just want all the hypocrisies pointed out. But listen, he'll come around and he'll become a hero again. That's just the way it's going to work. He's a legend. But that's what it is, right? You got these companies that basically are just showing you they're not loyal to anything but the fucking dollar. And what's beautiful about this is that I know that real people have much more nuance and common sense. People that don't want to be controlled by the overlords, like the studio, like that people really want to see the cut of Mask. and we're working on that. But because you know that overlords came in and fucked it up, right? Like, just like all of this stuff is like, you're not really getting canceled. You get canceled, I guess, if you go to jail. But I don't know. Didn't Charles Manson release a couple songs from jail? You're getting canceled when you're getting canceled off what they think is the corporate America nipple. But I think corporate America, just like all news is being canceled slowly, like people just do not trust the news anymore. I think schools are going to start getting canceled because you don't trust schools anymore. And I think that corporate stuff, people just aren't going to trust. Everything's going to be peer-to-peer. So if you're getting canceled, I mean, it's getting so hard now. Just that post was just a little thing. Like, Instagram's a very big platform. I'm slowly making money on it. Not anything really big, but it's cool to say oh, this is like my own little TV station. And if I can put something out and it works, boom. But there's no guidelines of this is on streaming, Paramount Plus, Hulu. I'm sure that movie's everywhere. And I put a clip from it, from one of the biggest controversies in the last 5 years with one of the stars of it and that controversy. He says words. I don't say anything. I'm just like, here's a booger freak. And I get it taken off of my fucking gram, which is like, whoa. So clearly it's an algorithm. It's bots that are looking at it and then use nuance. But I'm trying to tell you that this shit is so... The only thing we're going to have is each other. You're going to have me to buy your product. Like I'm going to buy your food off your food truck, and you're going to buy my products, whether it's fucking merch or tickets to shows or, Patreon or something. That's all we're going to have. I mean, I still work in the mainstream media, but it's changed so much. It's just going to be difficult to figure out their guidelines. And, I think it's very cool to win a Grammy or an Oscar or any of those things just for the prestige of it. But it seems like every day that's just being more and more questioned of what's prestigious. I mean, I just really hate pretentious assholes. I really do. And I hate non-common sense assholes. That's why I love doing this. Hopefully my channel won't go down. I'll be sitting my shit. I'll be doing my shit in front of Dunkin' Donuts. Let me tell you something about cancel culture, because I'm serious. It's crazy. Alex Jones was canceled, but he's thriving on his own platform. I don't know what he makes, but he has a big platform. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff he says that has come true. And it's like, if I even say that, people are going to call me names, right? But it's no different than saying there's a lot of stuff that CNN says is true, right? But then there's a lot of stuff that CNN says is a lie. And so there's stuff that Alex Jones might say that he might get stuff wrong. But so it's like, what, here's an example. So the CDC, there's a report. I sound like Morton. Hello. So this CDC has a thing, right, where it came out last week that 24% of the deaths of kids between 3 and 14, don't quote me, it's some age in there, 24% of those deaths were misreported. So let's say you had 10,000 deaths that were reported within COVID, right? That means that 2,400 of them did not die. Just take that in. Have you seen that story anywhere? Have you been seeing that on front page news? And the angle is they didn't report it because they wanted to, get people to get. So if you say that, that might go, oh, maybe it's not so bad, right? This whole thing. That is insane. Think about that. Take that in for a second. 24% of that age group, of our most vulnerable part of the population on this planet, besides old people, did not perish the way they said. So that's a lie, a misrepresentation, misinformation by the authorities, the actual people that do this stuff. When I worked at Domino's Pizza, we had something called the 1999 register. That means that if you were working that register and you were running the store that night or working that register and you were in store, if your register was $23.87, you had up to $19.99 to be wrong. You get it? So that means, let's just say it's easy, because there might have been a Friday where you made $10,000 in a Domino's, right? So that means 10% of 10,000. So $2,400 would be equal to the CDC, right? So the CDC would say if they worked at Domino's, $2,400 would be able to be missing from that register for a Friday night. And they would go, okay, well, this is 24% of the population on the biggest pandemic we've had in 200 years. Stay with me. So 240, 10% is 1,000, 1% is 100, 0.2%, almost 0.2%, you could be off at Domino's. If it gets to 0.2, you get a write-up. Again, one more. Third one, you're fired and they think you're stealing and they're going to call the police. That's at a $60, that's at a $59.57 miscount. You understand what I'm saying? You get 3 $19.99s and you're fucking looked at by the police. Again, I love comparing things to the real world. This is why we have to talk. If it's that at Domino's and it's that stringent and the CDC is not being reported, that's fucking crazy. They're not being canceled. What's worse? That? Let me ask you a question. This is going to be real. Probably people are going to get mad. What's worse? Misreporting all of the deaths, saying they were more than they were less, slapping a comedian in an award show, or flashing your noodle in a hotel room? Go with those. Compare those. Or miscounting your drawer at the end of a shift on a Friday night at Domino's. You got 4 choices there. What's worse? The miscount, the slap, the flash, or the misrepresentation of 24% of deaths? That's all you need to know, man. That's all you fucking need to know. So cancel culture is whatever you want that to be. But if you're out there worrying about a comedian winning an award or this, you have to hold the highest powers. Don't punch down, punch up. So punch up at the highest powers, and that would be the CDC. Go after the CDC and go, well, this is weird. You guys should be canceled. Some of these people say, well, this is a real stretch, but it's not. It's all comparable. That's a really good, I mean, I'm not going to rank where mine is, but the CDC is the worst for me. And the next thing I'd like to say is the school system. How is the school system not canceled? I think school stinks. How are you still going to school? Are you still sending your kids to school? Why are you sending your kids to school? It's so stupid. Where I moved in right now and set up a studio, there are more people in their 20s making money online. TikTokers, Snapchatters, YouTubers. This is the way it's going to be. Yeah, we're going to need doctors and lawyers, but a lot of that stuff's going to go to AI. You know, entertainment will also go to AI. Eventually, we're all going to be replaced. But in the meantime, I think we got time. And I think that school, it just trains people to become little obedient bitches. It knocks out all your creativity, and it just really bums me out. It just bums me out. And I just think like all these universities, I'm watching these like NCAA championships, and it's so good for the college and the sport and the excitement of it. But it's just like a hustle for them to get more money, and the athletes are just being used. And, you know, there's some great perks obviously for the athletes, but I just look at all the kids and they're getting drunk and they're going into the system, the fraternities are getting drunk and they're coming out. You want to talk about like why people are fucked up when they're adults and they create, because of colleges don't train them right. Colleges stink, and there's a lot of bullshit, and there's a lot of money, huge endowments. I'm just saying, I fucking hate school. I fucking hate it. I think everybody should be dumped out in the middle of the street and you have to figure it out. School stinks. And I see all these people fucking wearing their stupid merch and their dumb hats and and they don't know how to talk to each other. They don't know how to decipher a fucking joke from reality. They don't know fucking how to fucking cook. They don't know how to dance. They don't know fucking how to fucking cut hair. And you're gonna go, well, you fucking know, asshole. I didn't go to college. It's dumb. I see it because I see people in my family and they love college so much and they're just slaves to the system, man. They won't listen. There's nothing I can do to prove to my family that college is stupid except just keep making more money, which doesn't mean anything. Just means I figured out a lane that works for me. But it doesn't mean I'm better or smarter. I'm smarter in some ways. But that's the other thing. It's like if you're good in school, you're smarter. I know bums that are fucking geniuses. They're bums. To you, they're bums. To me, they're geniuses. I know a dude who does nothing but surfs all day. This fucking guy he's masterful with a wave. He's not great with money, but he's a genius on the railroad. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of ways that you can be smart, and the scholastic way is only one of them. I just think like things are getting canceled. They're talking about all this stuff. I made my point. We get these institutions. It's basically big institutions. School is a big institution. Big media is a big institution. They don't want to do with anything that ruffles the feathers. But I'm connecting with all these people, and it's a microcosm of like, yo, we ride with you. So there's a lot more of you out there that are like, yeah, this is bullshit. Fuck this. That's dumb. You know, my buddy did a show last night in a fucking mansion for a bunch of crypto bros. Millions. You don't learn that in school. I don't know. I just think that you can't rely. Only thing we can rely on is each other. If you don't like my content, I don't know, I'll probably just walk around, Cougar or something, and like take me in. But that's it. That's all you can do, right? Like you can't rely on all these corporations because they're just going to eventually find something in your history, or, you know, some of it's deserving and some of it's not, you know. But like you got all this weird shit, and then I think it's good time because all this stuff is going to be displaced, and it's just going to be like people are just going to make their own shit. I actually have a couple of sponsors that are very unique companies that are talking to me. They're not bad, actually very fair offers. I might start doing ads for them, and I think that's a cool way to do it, you know. And I think I'm never going to be. And then eventually, like Pepsi or Coke will want to get involved if you're big enough because they have to take your money because it's illegal not to turn down money when you're a corporation and it's all you care about. I feel good, you know. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to do a whole pod about Horror Hound in Cincinnati. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, Jesus Christ. It was the biggest fucking convention I ever had. And me and Skeet and Matthew and Ev were all like, wow, this was incredible. So we're going to be doing more of them. I'm going to be at Texas Frightmare at the end of April. And let me tell you, I'm grateful. So if you want to come hang and meet with me, you know, I'll be there. And I'll try to bring some cool merch too, some more pictures. And I can't even believe how people are into this so much, and I appreciate you. And hopefully I give back enough. All right, I'll talk to you later. Be safe. Screw school. Peace.